I'm so excited.
Look at this photograph.
Look at this. Look at this photo. Look at this photograph.
Look at all these cards. They are fun. But yeah, hello everybody, good morning, good evening, good day. I'm Tashi, and I'm here with Quill.
Yep. I think we both have some pretty warm environments that was a bit disruptive on sleep.
What is sleep? I was working the whole night. I just came home. That's will probably be visible in my eye. But I guess there ain't. At least until I can see outside of my eye. Warning! There might be some yawning in between. And it is not because I'm bored or anything. So, last time we left off in the middle of a scene. And the doctor was heading inside a casino. After fixing his necktie. Then
Yeah, I did that twice. And a little more specifically, he's at Las Pegasus. And as far as when that occurred, we got a context clue with Young photo finish.
yeah. Sorry. Duh! He will be a good photographer one day. I mean, even Peter Sassy asked for her photograph, so. Let's see what is at the casino. Inside the casino, I continue to see much of the same kind of details as I did on the outside. Namely, that someone has tried to change the purity of this poorly world. I am used to seeing a few people take alcohol on occasion, but this is the very first time I have ever seen anybody smoking for real. Were they smoking a cigarette or were they just smoking? Because of fire. This verb is not specified. What's happening right now? Sure, I am clearly and hilariously seen Poland approximately into something I can't dismiss as mockery of the power habit. And that is blowing bubbles in a pipe designed to resemble a smoke pipe. Oh, so you have met Hannah Pons. Yeah. No, these actual cigarettes and smoke pipes that are all too familiar in the human universe. Those were a setting. But here, they are literally out of place. Did we ever see a pony in the actual canon show smoking? I'm trying to recall. No.
No, I don't think so. The bubble pipe came the closest.
And that was Pinkie Pie.
Yep.
Yeah, they can't really do that in an under 12 show. So yeah.
I think that was one of the reasons. It's also why they were really sparing on showing death, too.
What are you talking about? It is not cigar, it's just lollipop. I can't say this for sure, but I haven't seen slot machines anywhere has in this modern city either. Let alone anywhere near this number. There actually seems to be entire sections and floors dedicated to the machine, and they are probably just as much of a rip-off as they are in the human universe. And no, we have not seen slot machines either. We have seen other activities that you can play with the Gordy episodes. When the Rainbow Dash was chaperoning the Atari.
Yeah,
That's really
Granny's
good
gone
about
wild.
me. Yep. And I don't remember any slot machines either. And probably wasn't any because once again that's a thing they can't really show off.
Which actually could lead me to believe those things, except for here in this little story here, really don't exist in their world.
I
You
mean,
also notice that there was no foul.
not on the overground.
There's no foul language either. To the point where the word peeve was actually considered.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
It's okay to think of a marshmallow ponies keep yanking the levers of this slot machine. Right there surrounded by flashing lights, mirrors for walls, smoke in the air. And man testing the sexy mate outfit by balancing a tray full of free alcohol on their heads. I am trying to remember, wasn't there anything so resembling smoking in the Noir episodes, but not really smoking, because they can show it.
Well, you just answered that question earlier.
I might be imitating, but I think I saw a cigarette tray, but not extra smoking. And that's all they can do. Probably.
I can't confirm or deny that.
I mean, I could check, but I'm not wasting time in that.
Okay.
This is also familiar to me. Yes, it feels definitely out of place at the same time. Well, whatever. I didn't come here to admire or write in the decor of this place. I know why these things are here, and I remember my vow to protect these police from the process of outside corruption. And I will do that here too, in my own way. Well, look here, brother. There's a new pony in the establishment. I wouldn't be batting an eye if the feminist jumped in front of him right now.
Yeah, that seems to be their kind of venue.
But first,
they'd be younger too, at this point in time.
so that is for me even more disturbing. But first, I need to find the pony I'm looking for. I should put the poster on the wall, and there's two celebration stallions on the stage. One of them in the pretty room alongside a lilac pony in the mid-cam mane, hair, and mustache. Right there, imagine a female pony immediately, and then mustache. Then there's another stallion. Oh yeah, because you call it another stallion. This is just a pony. Beside him, the neat blue hide and white baby blue mane tail. It kind of reminds me of Halloween. Seeing these two stallions make me smile. And they just gave me an idea. Are they who I think they are?
Probably yes, they were in the show.
Okay,
You do have a chance to recognize them.
then they are the ones that were doing the escape from the aquarium.
Yeah, they were in the show a total of twice.
And you have a phone call.
Yeah. Alright. Go ahead.
So yeah, it was my stupid playing games on me when you said, oh yeah, it's a pony with minty mane, tail, and the mustache. There you go.
Okay.
Because we know that most of the ponies in Equestria are female. And that is a fact. I would probably say that the female to male ratio in Equestria is like 7-1.
They never mentioned that in the show specifically, but I think it's true.
I mean, that might be the. I can see the reason why. If most Italians are recruited to be a royal guard, that would make sense why we don't see them. Because they look alike. I mean, even Mr. brother got into the royal guard for some reason. But yeah. But one of the very dark proud Earth sporty stallion who has black peers, afro mane, and straight tail. He is wearing an outfit that reminds me of Secret Service agents, open with sunglasses. He on the move out to me, but my path toward the backstage, where the grand performance is taking place. But the show is about to end, and I want to have a word with the stars. And I also say, Secret Italian. I have a backstage VIP match for this, and I paid very good bids for it. Look! To prove my point, I made my for another case, and I made the second people I have on one side of it. Thus, I have implemented the suggestion of one security officer to see on my second people, and most likely what we will see it now. And before I go further, I have a suggestion for that. If I can find it. There you go. I mean, there are creatures who are denying the same people, right?
Probably.
Or at least recognizing that you are trying to use it. The security officer leans forward and uses the hoof to lower the edge of his chain to cross the oblique. So he gets a better look at my backstage pass better. When he sees this, he loses his aggression. He turns his head, pushes his chain back into place, then uses his hand to gesture behind him to lower my side and permission for me to pass. You know, there is one way to defeat psychic people. Just say, I'm blind. Sorry, I cannot see it.
That's kind of what crossed my mind too.
And he is wearing sunglasses inside, so there is still a possibility that he is blind. Oh, obviously you proved he isn't, but...
That'd be a great security officer. Just put the blind man in to block the way.
I will just put that away now. Thank you, my good man. I command him gratefully. Let me just say, what a wonderful job you are doing here. The security officer goes sadly, but otherwise ignores me. He resumes visually scanning any pony who may approach from behind me. Meanwhile, I continue on my merry way, and wait for the conclusion of the current set of performance. Ha! Fool! My partner is not approaching from behind me. They are coming from the side. Did you see that? I see a young blue stallion, Jackpot, and the two of them step in the machine. The curtain had lowered. I had been going for a while there. It wasn't long enough. I immersed the passenger of Jackpot, immersed in approval. As he used the hoof to adjust his necktie a bit. Let's say about the ingredients when it comes to this profession. And that is misdirection. Yes, indeed. But seeing that this is a much younger version of everyone, I now wanna see a baby Trixie. Because yeah, it should be either a very young Trixie in this area or just a very baby one. And that would actually mean that his father is still with the mother. Which we have not seen.
Gives me the crazy idea of inserting Trixie in the border of your screen right here.
Oh, and also I get the foreground. Which I'm not going to open because that's an unknown number and I have checked that number before and it is a fake call to give them information. So, try with someone else. No, don't try with anyone. They create a devious look, I said. But I think we can do better next time. What would you say if you and I step out a lodge, good chef? We must mark a game mustache. Isn't you missing a episode or something here?
Missing what?
Something. I don't know what you call it in English.
Apostrophe?
Yeah, that one.
You're right. It's supposed to be a possessive.
No, it's his full name. Me Mercy with small green mustache. Me Mercy's small green mustache with a min. As he got me with a questioning blink to his eyes. Looking in the direction of his friend, he put totally got me as well. I get a similar look of confusion. Oh, can we help you, sir? be much younger than me. First of all, big fan of your work, you two. I don't know who you are, but big fan of you. I have been enough enthusiasm to convey apparent sincerity. It's very about a message pass in order to see you too. Wait, I didn't even know we were selling message passes, do you? No? But my point, I've touched them by same people too. Simply marvelous! They put cheers. There's another reason I keep to see you too. I expect and I fold up the time going up. I turn into the hidden pocket just around my cutie mark. Well, you see, I need to speak to. Whoa! Hang on a thing! It's a blackboard as it is too. They're using the same hook to point at me. Did you just see that thing? In the hidden pocket of your cutie mark. Yep! I thought I'm in the pocket. I mean, no number. Oh god, let's help me from the watching one. Passing digitation.
There you go. Good. Yep.
I have never seen this one before. And for that, I'm actually gonna look for what it means. It's a span. It's a span nearly. Literally, the first thing comes in a span from D&D.
Well, it is. It was mentioned in the show a few times by Trixie.
Coaching takes performed as entertainment. Ah. So, what was that then? I mean, that would be a little bit different for the song. If she was singing, you better believe I have prestidigitation in my sleeves. Well, it is true. I am saying that this is an explanation for what I have done. It is going to the top of explaining that my body, along with therapies, has a built-in biological pocket. Because of our cutie marks. Wait, therapy too? That's new? I mean, I knew that this therapy is not the same therapy. But this is the first thing I hear about this.
Possibly the last, too. She's just never used it. In my story.
You can't use per 10 then. Well, isn't that something? We must be intelligent in the spy. Good for you. Also, no. I have proof that Nerfy has used it before. Because
Okay.
she has produced muffins and cupcakes before without any chance of getting them. So they were hidden inside her pocket. Anyway, I say with the size of touching of my hand, I was hoping you too could introduce me to the manager of this resort. At least point the way. Let me speak to your manager.
Take me to your leader.
I must warn me a line to my reaction for the most of them. You must look surprised, but the mood of the spotter immediately against around. What business could you possibly have with that lovely scoundrel? Just put as me is total like creation. No, Jack. You must send him to his partner. You have no proof of your right theories. And you are talking about armors in this case. Are you saying that you are working for some less than reputable characters?
That seems to be the case.
Why are you looking at me? I'm not even in this story that's coming out. If I was nice as his partner, as he said, you're right. I don't have proof. And then just go to show how smooth this criminal is. I mean, we can bring back Colonel Sanders. He is not behind bars. And he has been mentioned before. Would you mind not saying this in public? And if one of our new guests, you must complain as you look around at all the other stagehands, their embarrassment and nervousness. You can have to be worried that this kind of talk will get the two of them fired. Or perhaps even worse. It is part of the spirit of their founding. I don't know, I have a feeling he's always wearing a suit and he always has a Tommy gun near him. Maybe he is working with the mafia. I don't even know that one, but maybe he's working with them.
From the way you describe it and the environment they're in, odds of that are actually very high.
I mean, if you're going back to the era, casinos were actually backed by the mafia back then. Maybe now as well, but we don't have any proof. We might, I just blink at the two of them. That was them going at this. I don't feel like interrupting them yet. They are giving me valuable information at the moment. You have to admit, 10% in the total in the listen. I see them so on the same, with each one of the previous sentence. Then always criminal record seems pretty clean. And he well seems like a very nice guy. Rorschach has been very unusually lucky in the city. Plus, when he showed up, there have been a lot of mysterious disappearances. And who is the pony who kept the property from it? I mean, he might not be part of the mafia, but he knows what's gonna happen. Maybe he can travel through time.
That paragraph confirmed Card Shark's involved in the story now.
Yeah? I mean, some pony named Card Shark. We still haven't proven that there is only one name for every pony. There's a very high possibility of naming two different ponies at the same time, same name. Or two different parts of Expressia.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen that in that show. A little before you came on, I was actually thinking of another pair of names that would probably be good for some twins. That is Spick and Span. They're good at cleaning stuff.
Well, I think their parents wanted them to be good at cleaning stuff. That's why they named it.
Maybe.
But even if there is a possibility of having the same name for someone else, they still can change their names. And there has been proof of that they change their names when they stay away. To
You
have
know,
something to do with their blood.
I've seen only one example of that, but that's enough to prove that it does exist.
Yeah.
Back when I was Chiffon Swirl.
Yep. And then I was thinking about that as well. Let's just conjecture. It might sound specifically, but also with a hint of variance in his voice. I felt that upstairs when you members, and I kept visiting the city about his construction to over the joint. In conclusion, one could have that, so I wasn't too far.
Do you remember that, Pony? It actually was mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I even mentioned him that he might be the one that they are talking about, but it was
Okay.
Star. I told Quill that Pandas was the one running this place. And he might tell me from the shadows. I might have my eyes to find the condition of that name. We must have the back of his father's hand, as he did. That's enough out of you! All these are just rumors and hearsay. You have no proof, so it's better to keep your mouth quiet about this right now. I'm warning you, sir, for your own sake and good heart. Back up from this guy. There was once been killing, as he said. No good ending will come from any association to the nearest counter. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. I have
True.
always been the guy who went for the neutral ending, so I'm fine. Thanks. Actually, I am here to investigate him. I partially lie to help assuage their fears and get more information out of this too. I might implement my scientific program, but this time I expect them to see something more of alternative, such as me being a poor detective. No diversity or that heart. Just a little reference to the other stuff that we are watching. It wasn't actually match. I think the same people back, and this stuff is and I go on to say. There does seem to be a suspicious amount of financial movement that has been going on in this district, and I would like to follow the paper trail. I just need to ask him a few questions. To establish his guilt, Jeff checks with me hopefully. Or innocence, I got to propose. I do think something suspicious is going on here. But if I can establish character in innocence, then I was step closer to finding the true guilty party. I have my proof in front of me. In a way, I just get the bottom of all of this. It would be good to put this nasty robot to rest. It was muted, and not want to his friend. But I still will get me. Find my friend here. He's a bit testy with an employer ever since he married his sister and had a kid with her. Car Shark, a Time Lord, is we know that he is more akin to playing the god. in his own story. I am the master, right?
Yep.
And what it got to do most of the let's say cake or any other kind of god that had multiple of them. They were fucking awesome.
You
We
could
are.
say promiscuous.
I'm not afraid of saying this one. This is not an 18 minus theme. There is gonna be probably gore and explosion in this story as well, even if it's not shown. I mean, just imagine what happened to these creatures that were in the last place. They didn't just disappear. The Magi still had to wipe and clean up all the things that were there.
Unlike every other reactor I've ever seen in the show, I never put it together that Jackpot might be related to Trixie. Um, so when I established she had a different father, I used this paragraph to help explain at least the resemblance that she may have had to Jackpot. She is related to him.
Yeah. You know what? We will now learn that he is not the father of Trixie. It's a Shankarchak. Because he married his sister. And I assume his sister has probably around the same appearance. That's a possibility because we have not seen her sister yet.
Probably. I do remember writing her name down somewhere else, like Sparkling Margarita.
But yeah, I don't see any problem with this because I can see Karchak or the Master living offspring all around time.
Well, as you're about to learn the next, you're about to learn the next paragraph, the Doctor's surprised to hear that.
I went in my eyes in shock, and me most, and I asked in astonishment, "What? Karchak had a child?" Yeah, I was kidding.
Yeah, would you like to insert her in the border of your story here, page?
How the turntables. I was kidding that. What if Karchak was the father? And became. Cool.
Well, that was established in Skydancer. Eventually.
Wait, what? I don't
Yeah.
remember that. It was a long time ago, so it makes sense. Let me see if I can find the text here.
You'll probably find plenty of images of her.
Yeah, but I will have to find one that is not fake first. Let me see. Are you fake? Why did you save it down? I saved it in the wrong place. That's why I can't find it. Are you? Ah yeah, that's a fake transparency. Yay! This is what I mean. That's my fake transparent.
So happy.
Then it is not a transparent picture. Let me something of that. I can do that.
Describe this color of her eyes. Dark purple?
Yeah. Or lavender, I would say. There you go.
She's so close to your own face, you can just have it overlaid on top of you. She's reading the story.
There you go. Yeah, especially if I just wanted.
She warned us that we better believe that she has tricks up her sleeve.
There you go. Hi.
You gotta imitate her voice now.
But I can't draw my art. How will I do that?
That's a good argument, because she can do that. She's an alicorn now? I don't think she'd object. The tip of her hair is almost in the way of the text.
Oh. Let me see. Just balancing my.
Huh. Never been established. I even doubt it, but what if she's a Daring Do fan?
There you go, come in. There you go. Get me down there.
I think I see what you're doing here. Trying to hide the fact she lacks a neck.
Yeah, that's fine. Not
Okay.
hiding anything. I mean, can I ask you two questions? Is someone coming back anytime?
Are you asking like ever?
At least in.
Not
At
for
least
quite a
similar.
while. Not for quite a while. In fact, several arcs she'll not be there. But, she does eventually come back, yes. Trixie says, this story's improved dramatically because it has me in it.
Yep.
And I am pretty amazing.
There you go.
Alright, let's continue.
Yeah. Sexy. We must start as if it is as me and suspicion. Then that is public knowledge to him. And it should be public knowledge to me as well. Because I had a story before, but other story. Now I tend to wonder why a professional product detective didn't know that. I mean, not everyone has heard the other story, so it makes sense. I heard right. I just made a blunder here, but that shouldn't happen. If this is entirely true, then I shake my head to clear it. I interpret the safe rules here. Well, I suppose congratulations, I know that them. I passed the jackpot. Well, let's hope in the further. This is still your niece, and I'm pretty sure at least she is innocent in this whole affair. That's what good message to come out of all of this. Jumping up and down. So, if an energy is power only. In fact, he now looks wholly nostalgic. And she expressed interest in this profession as well. The person is far too far from the sea in this regard. And just hope she isn't like her father in other ways. Torture in the magician as well? I think with them. He sure is. We must ask her. Yeah, you one too. The best I ever seen in this business. That's not only his only talent either. As his name suggests, he can play a big game of cards too. He was exactly as he is. He of which, that's most likely where you will find him. He will probably be on the 5th floor of this resort. That's how the best money he has. Including the house's card dealer. I imagine that they are not saying this as a joke, or yeah, he has many different work to do. No, he is literally wearing many hats at the same time.
Just all stacked on top of each other.
Yeah. There you go. This whole scene is gonna be full of inside jokes, it seems. He shakes his head with a joke. The guy actually owned the whole building, and the business within it for such a thing. Yet, he still likes to play cards along with the rest of us working guns. That's acceptable if you ask me. Except if he's taking your money. Thank you, I said I'm gratefully. You two have been very helpful to my investigation. I would just be happy to finally have a resolution of all of this. To all of this. Come what may. Beamer replied. Whatever the truth is, it would be nice to finally have things settled down. I know you may be an officer. I almost ran. I know you may not be an officer. And he might actually think that. But say you're gone with him, my friend. Everyone wants me kindly. A salary like that doesn't get successful. That's a certain reason. And the higher knobs what we see in the public in the whole story. You are about to confront somebody whom I think even the mob is afraid of. And I don't want you to be the next victim. He lives a new gingerly. Don't underestimate him, and please, take care of yourself. Alright? Around him? I asked. Always. Never.
Something else that scene prior establishes its family dynamics. The fact that most ponies are good-hearted, and the name of the owner of the hotel and casino, where he works, what they think of him.
Yeah? I mean, I have told of my text as well, even though I should have known about it.
Oh yeah. It was established in Skydancer. She even saw her father regenerate into Misty in that story. Initially, reluctantly, she didn't care.
It was like, mother?
Yeah, she gawked at that. Like, are you telling my father is now my mother? Ah! And then just her mouth just hung open. And I think the reply that Vision gave,
And I would say that's not how it works. If your father turned into a girl, then she would still be called your father. Because father is not just a gender role. I now know the target of my current mission is. If that is the case, it's time to prepare for an encounter. It's time to prepare for battle, for trouble, and making novel. On the way up to the 5th floor, I saw my slot machine first, and the position in a more isolated corner. There are mirrors and security everywhere here, so my eye was say there aren't any surfaces cameras in this time period. But I know who I'm dealing with, so what I'm about to do is a bit of a risk. There might not be cameras, but there can be magic. And you know that you are dealing with the master who can bring technology from other timelines. And he's not afraid of doing that.
Nope.
Because the Doctor is the only one who is like, I'm just gonna mix and match all the different things. I'm gonna not disturb anything I don't have to. I'm just gonna have my adventure, and I'm gonna save everyone I can, but I'm not gonna bring machine guns to a kingdom. But the thing position is one of the slot machines. I needed a minute. Pull the lever. Let's check to see if it goes skill before pulling out my swing screwdriver. Essentially using it in the machine ahead of me. Are you pulling a Persona 5? I'm opening the machine to land on all cherries because I don't want or need to win big. Too big. They give me a little expanding bit necessary for the next phase of my mission. My attempt to be sassy is somewhat thwarted by the machine I am using. Flashing, singing, and hitting signals there is a winner in this corner of the building. But it doesn't win me anything more. The result is mine from some other machine players here, for my good fortune. Yeah, no one is surprised that your first ever pool of the machine is winning.
That's probably actually happened to some people.
No, I would probably say that is possibly even better. That if the slots are ranked, they are usually ranked for letting you win in the beginning and then losing it all on the rush.
Mm. Yeah,
Because a
maybe.
lot of people can't stop. Because they can think that, this is my lucky day! After winning some money. And then lose it all. And more. That's the security. I would probably say that maybe if this is right, then even if he didn't use his throwing screwdriver, he might have won. Not 3 shares worth of winning, but he would have won something. Because they want the police to say. That's the security man even granted me, because they are used to that noise from the section of the floor on occasion. Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm guessing it happens too often, though. They might approach for closer investigation. Well, whatever. Mission accomplished. I feel one sec. I have the bit I won. I continue on the card playing session of the casino. You literally are following the casino section of Persona 5. Once I am there, I explore the players carefully, figure out the body I am seeking. After a short while, I believe I have found him. And yes, if you wanna play high stakes poker, then yeah, you need money. Gashar is a sharp looking, blue as body, middle-aged stallion. His mane is wavy with a mixture of white, gray, and a hint of blue. But it is most concerned meaning his gray feather head, the black stripe. From this angle, I can see his tail, since he's sitting on it, but I assume it matches his mane. I mean, are you sure he has a tail? He has a slightly black tuxedo outfit, which is rare for me to see falling with clothes, and a red bow tie. He smokes cigarettes and is eaten into the end of a glowing stem which hangs in his mouth. So, is he using the lady cigar? You know the one that is internally made for not putting the lipstick on the cigarette?
Maybe.
So, this.
Yeah, like that.
So, is he wearing a lipstick right now? Or is he afraid of someone lacing his cigarette with chocolate toxin?
Now that could be legit concern around this profession.
When he pays his card and his cards, he's definitely good enough, or at least popular enough to win a crowd around his table. And from the shoes of the cards beside him, he's obviously the leader at the table. He's a lot of politics at his table. When it comes to the confidence, he's still his back. There's 8 of them, so they are probably playing poker. It was like 3 or 4 of them, I would say blackjack, but it's definitely poker.
I wonder if you got those backwards. Blackjack is a much shorter game.
Yeah, but they don't play it with that many people.
Okay.
And I will prove a book and they actually play blackjack. I think my dad very even. I mean, I will definitely see when they near the first card when they are playing.
I believe there is a hint somewhere ahead.
I think my dad very even all the players and the cards on the table. I even get a peek at a few ice cards to where everything they're writing around here. Based on the cards I see in play, what the opponents have, and judging from the number of cards I see left in the shoes in this card pile, I do some perfect calculations in my head. Hey, doctor, no card counting.
You think he wouldn't be willing to cheat? He used the sonic screwdriver on his slot machine, though. He might have won the first round anyway.
But it's not. The most nervous standard is the last to decide section. When I say nervous, I mean very nervous. He's a little bit sweating. I think he's on the edge merely. And because of the outcome of his particular game, also because of the other stakes that may be involved. It's me. Okay, yeah, I'm playing magic.
Right after he said that, he got whack.
What did you say? Number 8 of them, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, that... That's why I got confused because Black is normal playing 2 to 7 players. Because there is not enough cards to play magic for that. Because otherwise it would be very easy to card count.
Well, they got possibly a pretty long shoot if that's what's necessary for the game.
And they have a very big table.
Uh-huh.
Hit me.
Yeah, you didn't read. You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't read anything after it hit me.
The moves are special standard emerging inside. Complying, card shark, pulls out a new card, and hits the Pegasus with his hoof. Let's just see it as a new stallion. I see. It is the 7 of clubs. We didn't see his hand. Or it will be a hand. It will be a hoof.
Right.
Apparently the result of this card makes him even more nervous. I actually see him nibbling in random piece of hooves for a bit, before reaching forward to touch the remaining pile of mace he had left for this game. He knows the card a raise, but I must see applying my right row on his shoulder. Does he have 18 or 19? I don't think he would raise on 18. He might concentrate on 19. And he would definitely raise on 20 or 21. But he wouldn't be sweating if he was 21.
Yeah, this guy's either bad or great at bluffing.
No.
I heard rumors, what people say, that it takes a very good actor to fake a bad actor.
This guy right here.
He just came from the shower.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. I want him. I know what I'm doing! The I was blue stallion, I use the chicks of my home. That's usually what I coming out of people who don't know what they are doing. As you wish, I accept. I feel the stallion would ignore my advice. What I didn't actually say is for his sake. If he did what I said, he would stuck around in this game a little longer. But everyone at the table knows he's bluffing. He said I just took zero. That's obviously why he's been losing. This stallion is truly easy as a amateur. But whatever, I can reach my objective. I won't let it of the other key members of the table. Of them, the leader is the most important one here. Sure enough, Nabu stallion against the bro. And in short order, he ends up leaving by hanging his hat in defeat. You get a pretty sharp eye for this game. Danger. Like a good success to me, with a twisted, almost ironic smile at me. Got to put your money where your mouth is? Why would I? I would have put it on the table, thank you very much.
I don't think it's that tasty.
I suppose I could. I expect if I'm on the fence with the idea. But you gentlemen appear pretty sharp in this game as well. Ah, say, don't you get worried nothing, good sir? I'm trying to figure out the accent.
It's kind of country, southern country, similar to AJ there.
Right, and an Italian, whose accent is dipping with southern touch. Actually, the same fun there. Before asking any questions. He's wearing a white outfit and a hat. That is definitely a part of the outfit and the boss. And a thin beard and mustache. It sort of reminds me of something Kentucky Fried Chicken's main mascot. Ah, Mr. Ponder. Then. It's well for the fact that he's a pony. I wonder if this is the infamous panda. We just might too hard. That's the one who was sitting next to the glass shark. He's a bit of a sinister smile of his own. That's right away, at any rate. Do I remember the name? This is not the one I was thinking about, but there you go.
You know, I can also tell you that Caballero and Daring's not going to be in the story for quite a while either.
Ah! That is the one I was searching for. Leah Sharks as well. I mean, this would be the doctor in this time. I mean, in this movie, they literally did that to the speed of light too hard.
I was trying to think for a moment if both of those characters are in the same movie, then no. But in both of them, they do feature a shark.
Yeah?
As part of the plot.
Pull up a seat, sir. Got that right, so I get listening to the loudest record scene in front of me. If you dare. I might say no, I might say. The color of chance for me to do so. Lose your money. Lose your money. But if you order this, I suppose I can give this a whirl. I plan to give in. Then take the rest of the record scene. Let me in. The color of those chairs again. Number one of my decision.
Alright. This next scene is the last scene of this chapter.
Several hours later, Rorschach and I are the last players at the table. As the number of the players in, the number of spectators seems to have increased. I mean, no, the players became the spectators as well.
That's not always the case, but it might be commonly so.
I mean, losing players does not mean that they run out of money. Sometimes players just leave when they got enough money.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Rorschach peers at me sharply. Yeah.
fact, hold on. They even might leave when they won a great deal of money and decide, you know what, that's enough. If I go any further, I might lose all this
I'm curious
and
why
cash out.
Colonel Panda is not here. No.
Well, he might be, but he's not playing anymore.
Crusher appears at me sharply above the edge of his cards and below the rim of his hat. He asks me, "You are not going to even look at your cards?" Nope. I declare with confidence. Instead, I'm going to raise 20,000. I don't need to look at my cards. I counted all of them and I know I have an ace and a 10. And there are people who can do that. We did I push the largest bet I made in this game so far, but I'm not all in yet. I only did this several hours ago. And there's the first minion. Give me a second before continuing.
Okay. Wait a minute. What?
Where I am? With some milk. My opponent takes his right eyeball. As he remarks, "You certainly play a dangerous game, sir." Danger is my middle name. But I had to some time to get accustomed to taking risks. I wanted to say that I found my home on the table. Educated risk, mind you. I narrowed my eyes back at him, and I raised a lying smile. Are you going to meet my bet or not? Well, I think Karchak used the gentleman's cane to push in some of his pie, or meat. Too much mine. This soft flourish. Doesn't need another train yet. I noticed he's been examining me far more than his own cards. I mean, why would he examine his own cards? He has seen them. A good player, be it blackjack or anything, or even just anything where you need to bluff or lie, is looking at you, not at his own cards. On the next round, I can do the table to indicate another hit on my hand or card. You bet me another card. And other than that, other than nothing else, I don't look at it. For the first time in this whole game, I put another the same. This is himself out of the card, but I put it to look at it in this time. As the table needs, Josh on the side as he falls in the old card, face down on the table. Final round of maths, sir. No, I pushed all my mates after pushing him this far. You're sad at me for a while before getting a devious smile. I space compared to us. As we both know, I just won the game. Who are you, sir? I bet you're a traveler. Ah, he is not using his doctor name? I answered honestly. I got my name over those years. I didn't make my scene. But the one I am called the most is the doctor. I see him back. And next, I found a magic smile, but I didn't make it in the scene too. We are both trying for a tense moment of the 6th sense, and then sense, and sense. That's because, why didn't I can't ever escape from you for long. Perhaps of fate, I guess. I think it's natural. I don't know. I fly, let's tell more honestly. I guess we both have one of those destinies. Contact side. The flip over it's called to realize lost. You know what would be funny? In the most the card and they are both over 21. Because they are not saying the last card. We haven't based on science for our expectations. Then eventually achieve. What happens? Nothing gives a missile sound. And then probably the taxi almost looking like Spider-Man there approach him. He passes her a note that gives her this missing gesture. She nods to him, then leaves. I look at her in awe, and then I shout, "Luffy, what are you doing?" Come to my office, Doctor. Dr. said with a mocking tone around my name. I have a business proposition for you. Funny! I say, and I rise away from the table. I think, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I bet you are. Because I muttered under his breath, in a bit of irritation. You never you are never looking for me if you don't want anything from me. And that is the end of the chapter.
Yep. That was Casino Royale.
We have made contact. Obviously the contract knows about who it is.
Well, especially if the doctor said his name.
I mean, for all we know, this might not be the same master as the human one. At this point in time, it is not shown. Other than later on in the past.
Not here in this story so far, but it is in Skydancer. Established that particular point.
Yeah, I'm still not doing it in the moment. At this moment, me and maybe even him doesn't know.
True. Yeah. Card Shark could question that too.
Yeah, even if this is just the 4D version of the master.
He might think the doctor's the same thing.
Yeah. It doesn't change too many things. So, Doctor, how many fingers did you have in your last form? What I'm wondering is,
None. That had 12
where is
tentacles.
Fonda go? Was he still there?
It doesn't say, but probably is. That last scene established that there was a lot of spectators at that last round.
I have a feeling. Whatever they agree upon in the office doesn't really matter, because when they leave the office, there's gonna be a light warfare guarding the door with standards on the front.
Could be. Yeah.
Because they are working together, in a sense, it seems like. Or at least want to get their hands or hooves on this building.
It was mentioned that Card Shark is the manager of this hotel, so when it comes to the official status, he is the leader here. But Colonel Panders might be the reason that's true. One that gave him the financial backing enough to get to this position in the first place.
I mean, by this point, he probably got everything back and paid everything back.
It could be, yeah. I don't see a reason for colonels to complain too much about that. In fact, he'd probably be even more interested in a partnership with Card Shark at this point because he proved to be a savvy criminal.
You know what? It's kind of stupid, but the Mafia didn't really want people to pay back everything. Because they wanted more and more for it to pay and pay at the same time. Just go in debt and stay in debt. Forever.
It's not possible. It's not impossible to pay off the debt to them. And when it does happen, I think they'd be interested in you more because you just proved that you're very talented enough to dig yourself out of a hole they thought you'd never climb out of. So if you prove to be that smart and talented, they'd probably get closer to you and go, hey, let's work out another deal. That one that we could both profit from. What do you say? I'm going to make you an offer that you shouldn't refuse.
Yeah. So we will see if Fonda is gonna be inside the office or outside the office. And the next chapter.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be there. Even if he doesn't show up, he's gonna be there.
Yep. It was established in a previous arc. That might be a pretty dangerous pony, too.
And that is gonna be in 2 days.
Alright.
And today, there's gonna be part of Heart of Justice as well. So yeah, I am actually very tired. I mean, I was working 12 hours today and yesterday.
Yeah, I remember you said that in text earlier.
So I'm gonna take my back and then go to sleep.
Alright.
Yeah, thank you for being here. And don't forget, don't let the bad sharks bite. Good night.
Bye.